In the early days of Samson's journey, long before he became a legend, he walked a quiet road through the rugged hills of Israel. A young lion, fierce and starving, leapt from its hiding place, its eyes locked on Samson like he was its next meal. But instead of running, Samson stood firm. Something powerful stirred inside him, strength far beyond what any man could possess. As the beast charged, he met it head-on, gripping its jaws with his bare hands. Dust rose around them as man and lion wrestled in a storm of strength and fury. With a final burst of power, Samson overcame the beast, leaving the wilderness silent once again. This moment marked the beginning of a destiny far greater than he understood. In a quiet valley, everyone had heard stories about Samson's great strength that scared whole armies. The Philistines became worried. They had feared him. So now, they sent their strongest fighter. He was huge, covered in heavy armor, and walked with the confidence of someone who had never lost a battle. As this mighty warrior stepped forward, the ground seemed to shake. Samson stood alone, no armor, no weapons, only the power God had given him. The Philistines cheered, sure they had finally found someone who could beat Samson. But Samson did not fear. He stepped forward calmly, knowing why he was there. The great warrior rushed at him with the strength of many men. Samson met him boldly, standing firm like a solid pillar. With every move, Samson's strength grew, shocking the Philistines and shaking the whole field. When the dust finally settled, only one man was still standing, Samson. His spirit was strong, his power unmatched, and the Philistines learned once again that no man, no weapon, and no enemy could defeat the one chosen by God. Share with us what inspired you most about Samson's courage and braveness. As Samson slept, not knowing the danger, Delilah slowly picked up the tool the Philistines gave her. The light in the room showed Samson's long hair, the sign of his promise to God and the reason for his great power. In that quiet moment, the great warrior who once defeated whole armies became weak, not because of a fight, but because he trusted the wrong person. When she finally stepped away, Samson was no longer the powerful hero of Israel. He was just a man sleeping, with no idea that everything in his life was about to change. Please do well to share, like, comment and follow us for more. Thank you. After losing his strength and his freedom, Samson was taken by the Philistines and mocked like a trophy. Weak, blinded, and chained, he was brought into their great hall, packed with leaders, soldiers, and crowds celebrating his downfall. They thought the mighty Samson was finished forever. But in the middle of their laughter, Samson lifted his face and whispered a prayer. He asked God for one last moment of strength, just enough to stand against his enemies one final time. No one noticed the quiet change in him. No one saw hope rising in a man they believed was broken. Guided by a servant's hand, Samson reached the two main pillars holding the hall. He placed one hand on each side, feeling the weight of the building resting above him. Though tired and wounded, he stood firm, ready to give everything he had left. With a deep breath, Samson pushed with all his strength. The pillars shook. The ground trembled. The celebration turned to fear as the roof began to crack and fall. Samson knew this would be his last act, but he was willing to pay the price to stop the enemies who had tormented his people. In that final moment, Samson chose sacrifice over survival. The great hall collapsed, ending both his life and the power of the Philistines who stood against him. His story closed not in defeat, but in a brave act that changed the fate of his nation forever.
Please subscribe to this channel, like and share to encourage us to do more.